I've been, this painting is at least a year old, or maybe older, and it's again the San Simeon, the bridge over the, gosh, I've got to find the name of that creek. It's not San Simeon Creek. It's got a Spanish name, and I'll promise I'm going to look it up to see what it is. Anyway, the peninsula is here, goes out. It's a beautiful place to hike. This is one of the buildings that Hearst built to house the staff that built the castle. So, but these are all Spanish style, very nice. Now that's the scene. There's a pier right around here, just a few yards away, where Hearst ended up landing all of the treasures that he either purchased or whatever in Italy and other places. Anyway, that's the background. Now, what am I going to do with this painting? These are enormous cypress right here, and I think I'm going to cover this structure a little bit more by putting something over it. I think that the relationship between the various values is too close. I want to broaden those by increasing the contrast, making this lighter, putting some more color in here, putting some trees across this. This is what I'm thinking. Also, I think I'm going to, in other words, the value from here to here to here is all about the same. And so to finish this demo, this San Simeon demo, I'm going to increase the contrast here as well, and this peninsula, it's lighter than the rest, but I'm going to make it even lighter, and I'm probably going to make it smaller because it's playing a too big a role, and so I want to reduce the role that this peninsula is playing and increase the contrast as well. All right, let's see what happens. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this. These cypress trees actually come out in this direction right here. So let me do a quick little outline of where I want it to go. So it would go here, 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 here. So that is where the mass would go right here. And again, it's going to be too contrasty, but I do want to increase the contrast, and so that's why I'm going to continue in this vein here. Yeah. So they don't all have to be on this plane, and yes, some of them, like this one, could be a little bit lighter. This is too dark, of course. Also, I said I was going to reduce that. Let me get a bigger brush, and because I've thought of it, thought of what I think I need to finish this particular demonstration. I've thought about it, and so I'm working relatively quickly. Am I over far enough so you can see? I said I was going to reduce this. That's at least here. That's where it's going to go. There are cliffs here, and so I can't just have the water running right up to the bottom of these trees. The trees actually start up here, and so we'll, and yes, how do I know that? Well, I've painted there many times, and I've been there for decades. So there's going to be cliff material back over here. It's not everywhere, but it's there. Okay, now let me reduce the sky, which I want to bring down at least a ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch. Yeah. I'm also going to bring it down back here. I'm also, I think I may have mentioned it, that this building, I need to hide it more, I need to reduce the size of it, etc. I've got to do something to it. It's just playing too big of a role in this composition. Okay. Oh, increasing that contrast really is something. I mean, it changes the entire painting. It really does. Okay. Okay. Then I like a stroke, and then I don't. So I gotta tape that down. All right. Okay. Well, this is too dark. This is too light. But still, I don't have to have all the trees the same value. So let me lighten this one just a bit. What am I going to use? Well, some kind of a dark green. I mean, it's got to be dark. And this was a pretty thin, so I'm going to end up adding a lot more paint here. Okay. Still too dark. Yeah, trying to mix up a small enough batch that gives me the value that I think I need. Here. Here. All right, let me make those. And of course, we're going to change this area right here. It's going to be the reflection in the creek with a name I can't remember, but before this is over, I'm going to have the name. All right, here. All right. Yes, I'm going to make this reflection a lot less. It'll be there, but it won't be as predominant as it has been. Anyway, let me make those trees in the background. Again, take some green, take some blue to get kind of a little more green. Too green. There we go. Yeah, so to indicate that it's further back, and I think I'll make it smaller too by painting into it. Here. Boy, I don't like that. I think before I continue, I'm going to tape it down so it doesn't do that whacking. Oh, I'm going to bring that down. All right, I like those values. This one is still a little bit on the dark side, but that's okay. I'll fix that. Here. I said also I was going to make this darker, and this has got a dark soil here. So there, the beach sand is right about here. Okay. I also said I was going to add some more trees here or something that'll block that house. Like here, here. Okay. Some foliage. Have you noticed me jumping around from this to that? That's how I work, and working on one section and finishing it. Can't do that because I finish it and then I finish parts of the rest and I don't like what I finished. So the reason I don't finish it is because I know I'm going to change my mind. Yeah, there's going to be some very nice darks here. And the reason for the darks is lots of shadows. Here, here. I'm going to add some foliage to this, to these trees, and I'm going to reduce the size here. 2 hands. Hold it tight. Okay. It's okay. I guess I'll just have to not slam my brush down. Okay. All right. There's a little lawn up there. There are people living in these buildings. They are occupied. Again, I am 99% positive they're occupied by people who run Hearst Council. Yep, I do believe. Anyway, yeah. I also said I was going to increase the highlight on this water right here. At the time when I did this demo, I had put some shadows from here, but I don't know if I like that. Yeah, that's got to be pretty light, and it is. I'm going to make this lighter too, but I don't want it to be as light as this back here. It's farther away, and the water does go underneath there. Now let me put a stroke of sand in here. That's too mushy for me. So I need to get it brighter, lighter. I like that. Here. There. All right. Okay, well, we have to break up this shape for sure. Anyway, I'm doing some of the things quickly so that you can kind of get a feeling for where I'm going with this. The other thing that I said I was going to do, and I really have to do that, is that I've got to add some interesting, some highlights and colors. The valley is all the same up and down this tree trunk. That's not how they are. I mean, they've got all kinds of colors in it. I've got some blues in here, and I like that, but it's not enough. My feeling is it needs a lot more interesting color. Okay. I like that better already. Ooh, I've got some old paint from the demo that I want to scrape away. There we go. I mean, paint will get back on there, but while I'm working on the painting, it always bothers me to have a Now, Let's increase the contrast here again. Yeah, is that bright enough? Okay. I'm using cerulean, and yeah, here. Okay, well, moving right along, making some major changes to it. I mean, it really is starting to look like a different painting. I'll do some more. It's pretty much how I left it, but I know I'm going to put some really highlights in here for breaking waves with some shadows underneath it, I hope, just a little bit to drive my eye in. This is too dark in relationship to what's right behind it, so it's got to be lighter in this area right here. Let's see, what else am I going to do? I've put some color in the tree, as you can see, and the contrast is much greater. It's a totally different painting. It's now got some spark and sparkle, and so that's why I decided it's needed to be done, and hopefully you're following along, and it's something that you're getting something out of. So there would be a drop shadow here too. In other words, the sand, as the sand and the water meet. So let me make that water just a little bit lighter, right there. Lighter, yeah. Doesn't have to be feathered in such a way. And I've gone and looked on my computer to see what is the name of this creek, and I've got it. I've got to read it. It's called the Arroyo del Porto in San Simeon. Arroyo del Porto is the name of this creek. It's in San Simeon, the Hearst San Simeon. It's not in the city of San Simeon, which is a little bit south of here by about 3 or 4 miles. Anyway, no, there. Let's see what else. Okay, so I've got this dark right here, and that's the darkest thing on the whole painting. And I've got some darks back in here, but they're not as dark. They certainly aren't as dark, and I'm gonna, there are going to be other plants here that kind of lighten things up a little bit. But I'm going to make this lighter in the foreground. It is, again, sand like on the other side of this creek, the Arroyo del Porto. And so I'm going to end up repeating the nice light highlights that I've got on the other side. I think that works. And usually when it works, I end up doing it over and over and over again, and that's not the thing to do. I've also tightened this canvas down. That's what this blue is here, to hold it. So when I'm wailing on it or whacking on it, it doesn't keep banging. The other thing that I see, I'm going to have to do more with this tree as well. Boy, this is a lot simpler. Yeah, it's a lot simpler. So I like the highlights here. I like the drop shadows, and I will, let's see, can I put in a little breaker right here? Again, we've talked about shadows dropping. There's no paint underneath there. It's just the light coming from above casts the shadow, making it look like And I don't know if I like the second one that I did. I don't think I do. So I'm going to bring it back somehow. All right, that's fine. And in flat light, if there's no shadow, maybe I'll put a little bit of dark underneath it to indicate there's a shadow, like that. That's where the wave breaks, it ends up casting a shadow, and that's what that is, right there. All right. What else? Oh, I wanted, the darkest dark is here. I mean, I'm going to add some more darks into the tree. There's no doubt about that. But I'm going to add something down here. I don't know what it's going to be yet. I don't know what was there at one time. But is it a shadow? Is it a shadow? Is it an old, is it something that washed onto shore? I don't know. I just feel like I need something like that here. And see the nice reds back there? Yeah, I'm gonna add some shadows here. Maybe it's a shadow from this tree. I'm just saying I need something here. I don't have something that I'm looking at that I can try to put in there. I'm just kind of deciding what will the edge of this right here look like. Now, I like the darks. I need some dark in there, and whether it's a shadow or a part of a tree trunk that is floated in, yeah, that's okay. It's even just a shadow. That's fine. So here. Yeah, do you see the repetitiveness, or the that if I've got something dark here, I feel like I need something dark there. Whether there was something dark in the actual scene is irrelevant to me, and so I'm going to try to make a decent painting out of that. All right, let me go back in and see if I can refine those areas that have. No, needs to be lighter. Okay, it's a repeat of what's over here. There. There, I've made that a little lighter. Yeah, I've got. All right. I like a punchy green here too. I'm going to put, I've made, the strokes I've made are kind of just horizontal strokes. I'm going to, here, here. All right. All right. All right. Now, let's see, what else? Just a little bit of light hitting this berm right here. And there will be, which is not in there now, and maybe there wasn't at the time, but there are going to be some kind of vegetation that seems to like to be near the water, and that's what I've got here. I've got to add that to it. There, that breaks up that shape too. Yeah. Okay. Now I said I need to work on that tree some more. I also, this bluish gray that I've got here is fine. Except, near the beach that's very prevalent, but just even a few feet inland, all of a sudden there's a break, and there's a break. Yeah, it's not solid, but it's something is breaking up on the edges. Oh, I like that. Thomas Hunt did a lot of that. I mean, sometimes he'll just have a gray sky and he'll just put a little nick in there as if there's a little breakup. But it's so typical that if you put it in, it becomes believable. So here, I wanted to work more on this tree. I've got, I'm seeing I'm going to get a green mixture of some kind that's green, dark enough to be shadows. Yeah, it's too green. I'm going to put some more blue in it. There, here. And one of the things it definitely needs, and it's going to get, is more highlights that come through the tree. And now the biggest problem for me is, am I going to put too many highlights in it? Because 1 or 2 are good, and 20 or 30 it must be better. But that's not supposed to happen today, because I'm making a point of it. Okay, these are the eucalyptus that grow right there on the central coast in Cambria. Some of the people that run the city have decided that since those eucalyptus are not native, we're going to remove them. And so they've chopped down 100-year-old eucalyptus trees just to be in conformity with a bunch of things today that seem to be important to people. But anyway, that's not... I like eucalyptus trees. My God, they're gorgeous. And since they help the artist when he paints, I'd say I like eucalyptus trees. I like any kind of tree. I really do. That seems to be something that, in my work, seems to be obvious. All right, some large strokes, some little strokes. Here. Here. And now we're going to put some a little darker color for the trunk that continues. I mean, it's here, maybe a little darker. Maybe there's a drop shadow here. See how I flip from one thing to another? That's all of a sudden I see it and I say, if I don't do it now, I'm not going to remember. And then after I say this painting is done, I just said I've got to pull it back out and start over here. Okay, and some nice warmth down here with the yeah, some nice warmth there. And it does get usually very, very dark on the, not very, very, but it gets much darker on the bottom. And then there's so many, when you look at eucalyptus and you study them, my God, the colors in there are unbelievable. I'm going to put some blue grays in here. I think I may have to do that once this thing is really dry. Yeah, that's good. All right. Yeah. All right. Almost done here. I wanted to bring the trunk that goes through the foliage up through here. There, a little branch that goes up. There. Just something so that it's just not a solid green, yellow green. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see, what else did I have in mind? I did that. Yeah. I think that, yeah. Boy, I love that red down there. All right. It's nice. I like it so much better.